How embarrassing.
You guys.
Wow.
Theresa has 0. She doesn't care.
Wow.
Listen to her with the potato chip bags. On purpose. She doesn't care.
All I could hear was the dogs running back and forth going. We are filming a show right now, you guys. Okay, so hello everybody. It's Friday. No Pants Friday.
No Pants
After
Friday.
dark. We are here in. Technically, we're not in Phoenix. Technically, we're in
Queens
Creek.
Creek. No S.
Sorry,
Whatever.
it doesn't belong to the Queen. Okay. Anyway,
Speaking of R.I.P. to Prince
I'm
Philip.
sorry. Allow
Sorry,
the
you said
show to
queen.
begin.
You said
What are you
queen.
drunk already? Jeez.
Yeah. That was a one-time thing. One time. I'm a little buzzed on a show. One time.
So anyway, it's Friday night, and we're here in Queen Creek, which is literally like minutes outside of Phoenix. But oh, for the love of! Now I got two of you. Interrupting me. Next thing we know, Holly's gonna be back there passing out to get attention on camera. we got Theresa, we got T-Money back there, and we have Holly. If you saw our last No Pants Friday After Dark show that we did here in Arizona, you will remember that we made her eat jelly beans that tasted like poop. So we'll see what happens tonight. She's eating Chex Mix because apparently she was feeling a little lightheaded.
Oh my goodness.
Now the dogs are barking. It's out of control. Okay.
Holly had some low blood sugar and she was for sure going to die.
Yes.
About 5 minutes ago.
So we told her if she's going to pass out, just do it as dramatically as possible on camera so at least we get some good ratings out of it. Otherwise, don't embarrass us in front of our people.
Don't embarrass me in front of my friends, Mom.
That's all right. As long as I can see her eating her Chex Mix back there, I know she's good. There's Grizz. Anyway, let me bring the chat up. What's happening, everybody? Liz has some serious FOMO, especially when she found out we had Nutty Buddies, which I think is just cruel on Theresa's part.
And not to mention that, Liz could have been here.
She could have.
I'm going to keep saying that.
She made
Liz
some poor-
could have been here. She made some poor
Poor
choices.
choices.
Poor decisions were made.
Mhm.
Do you see who's in the chat right there? I didn't even know she was still alive.
Frenchie.
Frenchie.
What's happening? She says pants. Hell no. Good to see you in the chat, Frenchie. I'm sorry that we're not at home, so that your picture, I can't point to your picture over my shoulder. But yeah, so we are in the Phoenix area. Okay,
Sort of.
We're here. Oh, sorry.
35
How many
miles
minutes
outside of Phoenix.
How many minutes away do you have to be in the area?
I don't know.
37 and a half.
Okay, cool. So we are here to do some sourcing. It's pretty warm out.
It is.
We didn't realize how hot it was going to be here this particular weekend. So we brought the dogs and then realized that they can't be in the car while we shop at all. So we went. What's happening back there?
Put your phone on silent, Miss
Turn
Theresa.
that? Do I have to turn this car around? Because I will. Anyway, so we did stop at a few places along the way, but we had to take turns going inside because the dogs were out in the car. We couldn't leave them out because it's so warm. Leave them by themselves without the car running. And we don't have cool Teslas like some people. We don't have cool Teslas that let people know what temperature it is and take care of the dogs for us.
Oh, like Ryan and Allie.
Yeah, it's not like a Tesla
I think it's
feature
a Tesla thing.
where it's like you put it on like the pet setting and it cools it.
Our
and-
Nissan Pathfinder isn't doing that.
Yeah, so sorry we're not that cool, okay? Our tens of watchers out there don't support a Tesla lifestyle, okay? So very sorry. And when we were at the casino the other night, I didn't win the Tesla that they were giving away. I almost did, but I didn't quite. It was close.
They were giving away a Tesla, and she was very excited because she said, I'm going to win.
Yeah.
I said, no, you're not. She said, yep. She was convinced.
You know what? You would
Positive thinking.
If you would have gone up and gotten your player's card, you would have won. That you missed out, and you basically gave away a Tesla.
Yep.
And then there was a lady that was playing, And she's like, I don't even want it with a Tesla. I just want the $2,500 of free play. And I'm like, how bad of a gambler do you have to be that you'd rather have $2,500 of free play at a casino
Than a Tesla.
which I think bottom line is at least 30 grand, right?
I would guess so.
So let's just say 30 grand. And let's say you hate Teslas. You immediately sell the Tesla, pay off the taxes, and you still have to be left with at least 15 grand. I don't know about you, but numbers geek, Theresa, do the math for me. Is $15,000 more than $2,500 of free play in a slot machine?
Well, you could turn $2,500 into $30,000, so it's a possibility.
I don't think that you should be advising people to gamble away their money.
I don't think that casinos got to be as big and beautiful as they are because they take 2,500 and turn it into 30,000 frequently. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm just saying it was a little ridiculous. So, so what's the plan? We hit a few places. How much stuff did you pick up along the way?
We went into 2 stores. I went into 2 stores while you stayed in the car with the dogs. I did a quick shop through Goodwill in Kingman and a quick shop through the ARC store in Kingman, which I'm happy to report is suddenly packed, crowded, and messy again, which is just how I like it. It's getting there. It's getting back to its filthy roots.
She likes it dirty.
I like that store dirty.
She likes it dirty.
So I picked up like 20 items already, and I only spent $60.
Yeah.
In the 2 stores.
Not bad. And I went into Gracie's Vintage, which is owned and operated by our friend Leah. And I actually got more stuff there than I ever have at any other visit I've done there. And I probably would have gotten more had I had a little more time. This one just came over and said, I want to be up there and hang out with you guys. Grizz got a haircut recently, so she's looking real cute right now.
Toothless Grizz.
Yeah. Well, she's only half toothless. She's got her bottom teeth. Anyway, so that's what we did on the way here. And then tomorrow, what are we doing? What are we doing tomorrow morning?
Garage sales. We do our little caravan when we come on Saturdays. And, Liz has been a part of this caravan in the past. And Jenny, you are missed right now. Jenny is still waiting to be safe enough after her second shot to be around people. She was battling cancer last year. So safe. And she did kick its ass. So, she's got to be safe. So we'll see Jenny next time for sure. But I think the 4 of us are going to do some early morning garage sales and then maybe some breakfast and do some thrifting. It's kind of what we do when we come out here. And
when do I get to go to the Buffalo Exchange?
Oh, at some point tomorrow or Sunday.
Thanks, Mom. Now what?
It's what we do. We haven't been able to. The last time we came out here, the last 2 times, actually, we were not able to hang out with Theresa. And I'm very excited that I got to hug T-Money today. I haven't hugged my friend in over a year.
Yeah, it was okay.
Yeah.
She's so rude. So rude.
So it was just okay.
And yeah, that's pretty much it. We're gonna do some garage sailing and do some thrifting and Holly's always up for thrifting and garage sailing and hanging out with us.
That's true.
She leaves her husband at home and tells him to figure out dinner on your own, scrounge on your own.
Yeah.
I'm hanging out with my friends today.
But she usually slams the door really hard and stomps off. I don't know what that's all
I'm
about.
out of here.
Anyway, guys, it's Friday. It's the end of the week. How about, we don't really have any structure to the show. We kind of do it as an AMA. Ask me anything, ask us anything. So if you have any questions, whether they be business related or poisonal, or if you have any numbers questions or you want some gambling advice from Theresa,
Don't do it.
She can tell you how to lose all of your money trying to get from 2,500 to 30K. And
you can see our little pile of stuff already right there.
That's my little pile. It's my
Katie's little pile of stuff.
Don't show them.
We're going to have our live show on Sunday and show you some of our good finds anyway. And then you can see the ladies sitting on the couch in back of us. And then if Katie moves her head that way, the other way.
Teresa's wearing a lampshade.
Already. Right back there. Those are Teresa's pretty cool hype sneakers that she got.
The hype.
There you go.
You can see a stack of them.
Yeah.
So it'll be pretty cool. So we took the dogs with us this time. So I bet we're going to have the car fully packed tomorrow too. I don't know how we're going to get the dogs home, but
Yeah.
Teresa
We might just leave them.
Teresa might be adopting.
Teresa might be adopting them for good.
But we'll see.
Anyway, guys, we've got 53 people hanging out with us here. What's going on? You guys, come on, guys, ask us your questions or ask Teresa some questions or, whatever. Oh, I see. There's Leah. I know, Leah, you tagged me in something on Instagram, and then I never got a chance to go look. So thanks, whatever it was. But I got some awesome
Liz
stuff in
says,
there.
how many trips until you invest in a car carrier? So we've had this discussion already. I would like to invest in one already. We have Teresa's that we seem to keep borrowing. It's the fabric
We've
one.
used it twice.
Well, I
We've
have
used
it,
it-
you have it right now.
We brought it back with us
in case we need
and
it.
may need it again.
So basically, I don't have one to use if I need it.
Right.
Got it.
No, it's ours.
So we actually need to get a hard cap car carrier, I think.
That we just put up there permanently.
Yeah, I want to get a hard cap one for the,
Mhm.
but that's probably like $1,500. So we'll see.
Really?
I don't know.
Much?
Yeah, I think they're about that much.
I don't know.
I haven't really looked.
I think you're just making it.
I just pulled
Do
the
you see
number out of
that?
my ass,
This
so.
is what I've had. This is what I've had to tell our trivia teammates. She's really good at acting like she knows what she's talking about. And so when we're playing trivia and she answers a question, I have to ask her, "What's your percentage of surety?" Because otherwise, it seems like she's 100% at all times, and I find out later she just guessed. So yeah, it's going to cost about $1,500
So,
and 45 cents.
Leah, Cherry Darling, the reason why I don't get a small trailer is because we're not allowed to, because of our HOA, we're not allowed to keep one in the driveway. So then I would have to then find a storage facility to store the trailer
I'd
at.
have to drive that.
And that actually defeats the purpose of having a trailer. If we didn't have such strict HOA rules, I would have one already.
$30 waterproof rooftop carrier plus $8 shipping on eBay.
I'm gonna make her pay $1,500. She said it. Oh, and Teresa's in the chat. So apparently, I'm in the car carrier rental business. You're not running that business very well. Lori says, "OMG." That's exactly what she said. OMG. How I love Photoroom. Thanks so much for the tutorial a few weeks ago. Yeah, seriously.
You're welcome.
I've definitely noticed like it can be a little bit glitchy, but whatever, that happens. There was one day where it was like, at least on the Android ones, it was like you try to do multiple photos and you'd select them, and then it was like jumping and selecting a whole bunch of other stuff. But I told her, because I was trying to do her pictures, I was like, clearly it's happening because it was happening on both of our phones. I go, that people are freaking out and probably sending them lots of emails and flipping out on them. And by tomorrow, they're going to have a fix. There'll be an update. And sure enough, there was an update. So otherwise, we love it. She can't handle it, so she just makes me do it for her, basically. And it seems to work out well. Because otherwise, the first time she
works out fine for me.
The first time she tried to do it herself, she literally threw her phone across the room.
Mm-hmm.
And it is real lucky she didn't break it. But anywho, it is pretty awesome. I love it.
Oh, I missed you too, Leah. I'm sorry. I was on the phone with my friend back in Rhode Island making plans for next week, and they're with the pups and stuff. So I was going to trade off and come in with you, but when Katy come in and see you, but when Katy came out to the car, I was like in-depth conversation with my friend on the phone. So who I never talked to. Yeah, peanut gallery back there.
We're trying to figure out where we're going to go for tacos tonight, okay?
Oh, okay.
Is that
Well, no, tacos is not a nighttime dinner time thing. Tacos is like, we got to go and get Sonora dogs. That's what I want to take you to, Teresa.
Well,
That's a lunchtime thing.
I know.
I
Tacos.
haven't been to Rusty Tacos yet.
That sounds inappropriate.
What's a rusty taco?
I don't
That
want to
doesn't
know.
sound good.
I don't want to know.
It's over by DI, so maybe we can go for lunch tomorrow.
Okay,
All right.
but I was tasked with finding us a taco place, not for dinner. Dinner Mexican restaurant is totally different thing where you sit down. But tacos,
Where are we going tonight?
I don't
want to
know.
go to the olive place.
Not tonight.
This is
Okay.
riveting live television.
I know.
That's fine.
So what I really wanted to do for a lunchtime thing is find a really good place that does tacos, street tacos, and Sonora dogs, which is actually a Tucson, Arizona thing. But they're delicious, and I think that Teresa might enjoy them. Jeez.
Frenchie says, remember when Theresa bought all of those Nike sneakers and shipped them from the hotel?
At band camp, she said, remember at band camp.
That one time at band camp?
Yeah, and it's funny because, well, she has the door locked right now. Do you guys want to see? I'm going to take this for a field trip. This is what's good about, okay, you 56 people that are here, you're in for a little treat because I'm actually going to show you.
Don't be giving away my secrets.
No, I'm showing them. I'm going to show you what happened when Theresa just went.
Field trip.
She had to go to Texas to
Pick up her
pick up her new car and drive back. And this is what happens when you let Theresa go across state lines in a vehicle with a lot of storage space. Hold on. We're going. Here we go. Here we go. So I can get it open. Here we go. She's redoing her, where's the light? To the right. Look at this, you guys. This is what happened. So Frenchie, hold on, let me get, I can't see what's happening. That is what happened on her way from Texas. Sorry for the shaky camera work. I can't see what's happening, but that's what happened. All right, I'm taking you back. Here we go.
You didn't show them Sock Hill.
What?
You only showed them Mount Shoot. You didn't show them Sock Hill.
I didn't show them Sock Hill.
Okay.
They got a shaky rendition of Shoe Mountain.
What was that movie where they did all the shaky things in the 90s?
Yeah, you guys just had a Blair Witch.
Blair Witch. Yeah, Blair Witch Project.
Yeah, I'm sure that was very exciting. Let me plug this back in.
This place is a mess.
It really is.
It is.
You should be ashamed of yourself.
This is our very expensive Airbnb weekend.
Yeah.
Actually, we're pretty lucky. Theresa is our lovely friend that lets us come here and crash at her Airbnb, and we're not even paying guests. So that's why she doesn't care if she
Don't
leaves
fire
her crap
tacos.
everywhere.
I'm getting her a Sonora dog. And we did transport all of those shoes here for her, though.
You
Did
did.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It would have been nicer if you paid for them too.
No, that wasn't gonna happen. Those are all the shoes she got from
Yep.
yesterday's fits when the same time that we got
Is it
her.
like 24, 26?
24 pairs.
24 pair for, can I tell them how much?
You can say whatever you want.
$1,000 for 24 pairs of shoes. So
Yeah.
let's hope that I make my money back.
Well, I mean,
No, wait. Let's just say that I know nothing about these shoes, and I dropped $1,000.
well, okay, so
wait, just on the reputation of
right.
yesterday's fit
Mhm.
and what Katy has said about them.
Well, and we've bought stuff. We've bought stuff for Theresa before from yesterday's fits for her to sell. And I told the story a couple weeks ago that Jesse's trying to buy a house. And when did this light go? Okay, I thought it was already done. That he was trying to buy a house and was trying to raise a bigger down payment and whatnot. And so Theresa wanted to help out with that. So basically the deal was she was like, I will buy $1,000 worth of shoes. And I think he was basically like, I will give you shoes that you can at least double in price your investment. So, and he can be trusted to have legit shoes that are in good shape. They're all in their original boxes. And she should be able to at least double her money, which no, that's not the same as being able to go buy something for $1 and sell it for 20 or $5 and sell it for 100. But when you are getting good inventory, it's a solid investment.
Susie Biatch is on point and says our lighting is disturbing, and I agree. I
I don't know why it's so blown out. It's like too much.
I feel like I've got I feel like I'm a typical Vegas chick, and I have a super strong filter on my face for every photo that I'm putting on Instagram or Facebook right now. Because
It's too
that's
much.
when your filters are so blown out that you don't have a nose. That's what it looks like right now.
Yeah. So, and I feel like these lights keep getting brighter. I think that's the issue is they keep getting brighter and brighter and brighter. Are those like warming up, Theresa?
I don't know.
No, they
I think
don't
so.
warm up.
So, what's your favorite band? I think Katy and I can both pick our favorite bands.
I can pick out a few.
I mean,
Go ahead.
I'm an 80s hair band girl, so truly my favorite band is Poison, always has been.
Poison.
Probably
Poison.
wrong Poison. Not Belle Biv DeVoe. Anyway, so has always been my favorite band, probably always will be. Poison, Bret Michaels. But I have several other bands that I would say are like real close in the top 5, and
Yeah.
it's not all 80s hair bands. So
Yeah, but your cutoff is like 2005.
yeah, maybe 2010.
But you're definitely more like the Like her taste is more in, I used to call it the new metal or new rock, except now they've been around for a while. But basically the kind of bands that would play Ozfest from 2000 to 2005, like those bands are kind of like that style of music is kind of your jam once you get past like 80s hair metal.
That's true.
I would say for me, I like a broad range of things, but like, I love Misfits. I like the old Misfits, the newer Misfits. I love a lot of punk music. I listen to a lot of different kinds of stuff, but I love Broadway. Used to love me a little emo for a little while back in the day. But I listen to a lot of different kinds of stuff.
No emo.
I just recently, Leah, I'll tell you this. I just recently discovered a new artist and a new album that I really, really love. So check this out. The artist is Amigo the Devil. That's the name of the artist. And the album is just called Volume 1. I should put this up on the screen. So seriously, check this out. I have been jamming like crazy to this. It's a little folksy, sort of folksy, bluegrassy, but like really, really dark. The lyrics are quite disturbing. So that's kind of my jam. But
that's kind of fun.
Of the two of us, I'm definitely the one that's more likely to seek out like just random new music and trying to find new stuff to listen to that I'll like. Vicki's not so much. She likes her old stays kind of stuff.
I don't really seek out stuff, but I find stuff down the rabbit hole sometimes if I'm listening to a band that I like, and I will find something through suggested music and stuff like that. But yeah.
I do stuff with her where I subliminally try to repeatedly play some of the same stuff over and over again in the background.
Made me like them.
In the background, where eventually she like just starts to like it, because her initial response to hearing something that she's never heard before is to be, "What is this crap?" or "This is terrible," or "I hate this." She's not. It's her initial instinct is to be anti whatever it is if it's something new. So I've found that if I just keep playing the same stuff, she gets to where she kind of likes it. Like there's one band that I do like, Coheed and Cambria, that I've played it enough times that she's like, okay, I really like this. And so then I'm like, okay, cool. I know I can play this and she'll enjoy it.
So she made me actually really like an artist that I've been listening to now for the past few years with her. And now I find out he's like a crazy white supremacist and now I can't support him anymore.
Yeah, I mean, not to get into like political talk or anything like that, but she's talking about Michael Graves he was from the 90s version of the Misfits. And I'm not going to lie, I'm super uber liberal person, obviously. And back in like the early mid 2000s when like the whole Bush re-election was happening and the whole punk industry got really into politics. They were doing lots of touring and stuff like that. And like Jello the Afros at the stuff with like No Effects and Fat Mike and all that kind of stuff. I was super into that like political movement part of it. And I remember back then hearing that Michael Graves was very conservative. And I was like, yeah, a little disappointing. But at the same time, I don't decide who I like or don't like because of their political beliefs. It's silly to not.
Yeah, I don't care about that.
Right. So I'm just making the point that
you're marrying me and I'm way more conservative than
okay,
you are.
But I'm making the point that he has probably been one of my favorite artists for a long time, a couple decades. So I would have, like a few weeks ago, I would have said, honestly, Michael Graves specifically, because I like a lot. His newer albums are really, really good. The problem is I found out recently that he's a member of the Proud Boys, and I'm sorry, that's where I draw the line. Like, it's one thing to be somebody who is a conservative thinker. I'm okay with that. We can have difference in belief, and I can still love your music and still be a huge fan. Proud Boys member, can't do it, guys. Can't do it. So that's what happened with that. Anyway,
I can't listen to him anymore.
It bums me out though, and I've met him before, and he was super, super
he was nice.
But it's ugh, can't do it, guys. So please, if we're friends, don't tell me when you joined the Proud Boys, or we can't be friends no more. All right, that's enough of political talk time. Any other questions?
Britton says, "I have all this hairband knowledge, and it never comes up in trivia." It's very true. It's very true.
Didn't something come up recently that?
No.
I feel like there was. I guess not.
Susie wants to know, when we're not on camera, do people call T-Money T-Money?
Oh, okay. So here's a good story. So we're at yesterday's Fits, and we're talking to Jesse, and I'm like, our friend Theresa. He's never met Theresa, I don't think, right?
No.
But we've done some buys for her
She hasn't
with
been to
him.
Vegas in a while.
And also, he's had a couple of issues in the past with eBay where Theresa has helped him get in touch with the right person at eBay. So, they've interacted before, just they've never met. And so we were talking about, okay, she wants to get these shoes, and blah, blah. And then I think Vikki said something like T-Money. And she's like, oh, yeah, we call her T-Money. And he goes, you call her T-Money? And he goes, that's tight. I think that's what he said, didn't he? He's like, no, that's what he said.
Austin
No, it wasn't. It was Jesse. He's like, oh, that's heavy. And then from then on, every time he would reference Theresa, he called her T-Money. So, actually, no, I remember now. See,
that's your street name.
Thank you, Susan.
No. I keep getting it wrong. He said, yo, that's hard.
That's what he said.
That's what he said. He said, yo, that's hard. And then he referred to her as T-Money for the rest of the time.
So with the kids, T-Money has some street cred now.
Yeah, for sure.
With the youngins.
With the babes. So good deal, Susie. You have given her a street name, and it's awesome.
Look at, I meant to click on this one. Britt says Katie's rambled so long, I forgot who she's talking about.
It's true.
So rude.
That's typical. That's the story of my life, Britt.
Whatever. It's okay.
So next weekend, Katy is going to be in Oregon, so there will not be a Sunday show, but I'm going to hang out with Britt and his mom.
Ooh.
As he says to me, I think you and me mum, me mum, because he's, she's British. You and me mum would get along. I'm like, I don't know. I thought you were my friend. Now I've got to be friends with your mom too.
Yes, that's a rule. It's true. Anyway, more questions. What are we drinking? What are you drinking?
I am basic white girl drinking some White Claw.
Well, she wanted the grapefruit. There's a few really good grapefruit shandies and what's
That's
the
what I
one you
wanted.
like? Yeah. And so
I like Leinenkugel.
the Safeway right down the street, and there was a guy who's like, "Oh, what are you looking for?" And so I told him, and they didn't have any. He's like, "We don't carry it anymore." So I had to go to the next best thing and get her
because it's
White Claw.
It's a 2-year-old thing. It was a fad for a while.
They still have there's still a lot of them, but they just don't carry them at Safeway.
The German one is my favorite one.
And then I'm drinking this American Pilsner from the Grand Canyon Brewing Company, which is I'm assuming an Arizona.
Yeah,
brewery.
Cherry says she's drinking a blueberry Truly. See, she's as
There you
basic.
go.
She's a basic white bitch like me.
Yeah.
Truly and White Claw.
There was a lady, I was going through the self-checkout, and there was a lady who was getting some essentials. She had some bread, some French bread, some cucumber, some drinks and stuff. And then she was getting 2 40s of Mickey's. And I was like, but she wasn't 18 years old. And I was like, girl,
She's making.
I was like, girl,
we're making a charcuterie.
I was like, girl, we're grown
And
now.
drinking-
We're grown now. We don't have to
And drinking a 40.
No, not just a 40 of Mickey's.
I don't even know what that is.
Oh, it's some real gross.
Vodka.
I bet Leah's had some Mickey's before. It's it gets the job done. It's malt liquor.
I've never drank anything like that.
But if you're smart, you get your Mickey's in a grenade, which is a little 12-ounce bottle, because you get it real cold and then you can drink it and you don't have to taste it.
Oh my goodness.
But if you're going to 40, what happens when you get to the bottom of that?
Listen,
thing?
we
It's
have
real bad.
T-Money has some Mountain Dew, which is her weakness, in the refrigerator. T-Money does not drink alcohol.
No.
And neither does Holly. But there is water, there's Gatorade, there's Diet Coke, there's Diet Pepsi, and there's Mountain Dew in the fridge.
Yeah. See, and Data says 40s of Old E. Well, and you can put some orange juice in there, and then you got a brass monkey.
Sorry, I never drank anything like that.
Oh, you're too cool.
Yes, I was too classy for that shit.
Whatever.
I was white trash. But
I bet you were doing Strawberry Hill.
No, I didn't do Boone's Farm.
All right, man.
Sorry.
Yeah. The Mickey's Big Mouth. So I was all about the St. Ides, to be honest, but you add some orange juice to that, and then it's you got your brass monkey going on, and you're good to go. You're good to go, man.
No, thank you.
All right. Any other questions, guys? What's up? What's happening? What's going on? What's going on back there? What are you saying? What were you thinking?
That's right, Susie. I was too classy, says the White Claw lady. Or as I call it the White Clam all the time.
I know. At what point does it offset the?
It's a wave.
The
It looks
sparkling
like a
thing.
clam.
The bigger it gets, pretty soon you're gonna have a 40 of
It looks like a clam, and I've called this white clam ever since Lorna introduced me to this stuff.
Yeah, we literally just opened our drinks, so we're not so fuzzy that we're gonna forget our tacos. But yeah, boons. See, Leah knows about the boons.
This is all I'm gonna have. My 1.5% sparkling hard seltzer.
See, I hate anything strawberry flavored. But when I first went to college, I was only 18. I don't think I was 19 yet. And our friend Joe, he was like 25. He was older. And so he was the one that we would send to go get us booze. And he thought it was real funny didn't matter what I asked for, he would just come back with Strawberry Hill. And so I would be forced to drink Strawberry Hill because I had no choice because I wasn't old enough to buy my own booze.
Gross. Susie wants to know if we're going to shop this weekend. Yeah, we're going to be shopping all weekend. That's what we're here for. Obviously to see our friends too. Because this is the first time we've been able to hang in person since pre-COVID.
Yeah. We're third or fourth down the list. We can handle it.
Nah.
We know that.
Whatever.
Let's see.
So hold on.
Wait, we have an AMA question there. Teresa asked.
I know. I'm trying to click on it. Teresa says, if you had to teach a class on one thing, what would you? Is it like a one-time lecture, or is it like a weekly class, or what, Teresa?
Answer the damn question.
No qualifiers.
No qualifiers.
If you had to teach a class on one thing, what would you teach?
I've taught a lot of classes, and if I had to teach a class on one thing, it would probably be on the importance of volunteerism. Honestly,
I'd teach about movies, but I've done that, so.
I would probably teach about the importance of volunteerism. I'm sorry, I'm being lame, but that's probably what I would teach about.
Oh, you're so lame, like giving back and stuff. Ew. I'm just kidding. No, that would be pretty cool. I had a lot of fun. Like I used to, in a previous life, I used to actually teach in prison, and I did like GED stuff, but then I also did college classes. And my favorite thing I did was teaching film classes. And so
you would do that again.
I would do that. I would do some more of that. I really enjoyed it.
Teresa has good questions. She always comes up with these good.
Teresa wants to know, what was your first screen name? Oh, I love mine. What was your first screen name?
I know what was your AOL?
What was your AOL? What was your AIM name?
Tricky Vikki. So I sounded like either a porn star or a stripper. Tricky Vikki.
That's not good.
That was
not good. You probably wondered, why am I getting all these weird solicitations?
That makes me your license split.
Why are all these men soliciting me online?
Tricky Vikki.
That's
TRIKKIVIKKI, because that's how I spell my name. Tricky Vikki.
Yeah. Mine was Nomi K. Malone.
Shocking.
Yeah.
I knew that one though.
Yeah. Nomi K. Malone, which Nomi Malone, for anyone who does not know, Nomi Malone is from the fabulous film. Oh, geez. Fabulous film, Showgirls.
Susie. Susie's worse than mine.
Anyway, the main character of Showgirls was Nomi Malone, seriously, I think it was one of the greatest movies of all time, greatest drama ever filmed, or greatest comedy ever filmed as a drama. And so my name was Nomi K. Malone for a long time.
Yeah, I could totally teach a whole class on volunteerism. Absolutely. I've given a few lectures on it. I could do that. Let's see. There's another one.
Any other questions, guys?
Mark wants to know. Barbara has a question. Her and Mark are watching together.
Okay.
Mark wants to know if you've ever sold anything that you would never sell again.
Did you sell that big old air purifier?
No, I did not, because it's friggin' illegal on every platform. It's still in my storage unit. Let's see. If I would
really
probably
giant heavy electronics.
I will never sell an entire set of china again. I have done it. I would never sell an entire set again, because there is no way it would ever make it anywhere in one piece at this point. All of the delivery services are just brutal these days. I would never do it again. How about you?
I don't know if I can think of anything, because I
She only sells clothes.
Well, I mean, I started out doing hard goods too, but
You did it for
I guess,
half a minute.
I guess hard goods. No
Yeah.
thanks. No thanks.
You won't sell pants.
I won't sell pants. Well, but I wouldn't
she
say
has bought pants.
I wouldn't
though.
say I would never again. The hard goods I'm done with. I like kind of sticking to my thing. The only thing that I do outside of clothing is records and posters. But those are easy because they come with their own, like records. I have like the record mailers, posters. I have the poster tubes, and so it's been a while since I picked something up to sell. But although I did sell my Demon Knight records, if anyone saw when I showed the Demon Knight records I picked up, I've sold all 5 of those. So
This is another good one. I don't know. We've known you for so long at this point.
one thing that Theresa doesn't know about us.
Or just something that nobody knows about you.
Is that poor Luna? That was Grizz. The dogs are face planting because they can't get on the furniture. Well, a couple people might know this. I know Katy knows this, obviously, but I was one of the first emancipated minors in Rhode Island at 17.
Mm-hmm. Man, you must have had like the sweetest, angriest accent then.
I was a pretty angry teenager.
How would you, at the time, how would you have said, I'm the first emancipated minor
I
in
wasn't
Rhode
the
Island?
first. I was one of the
Okay,
first.
say, I was one of the first emancipated minors in Rhode Island, but say it with your full accent.
I was one of the first emancipated minors in Rhode Island.
Minus? I was one of the first minors.
I came up from the minors.
Let's go have some lobster rolls.
Kelly said, "Didn't you sell adult toys, Vikki?" Yes, I have actually. I have done that too.
Well, speaking of, I for a while when I was after I dropped out of college, my first go around, I did work at a porn shop, an adult shop, and I became the manager. And it was called Phase 2 Books. And so my parents,
it wasn't.
and my parents knew that I worked there, but they didn't know what it was. And so they had the phone number because I would just answer Phase 2 Books, but they never knew like what it was that happened there. But it was in a college town. It was a bunch of college kids and people who worked at Hewlett Packard were the ones that came in there. So it was pretty entertaining.
Creepy.
Phase 2 Books. That was about it.
Oh, see, Leah was emancipated too. See, we have a lot in common, girl.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was the only one my senior year in high school, and if Tracy's watching, she may have known that or not. I'm not sure. We were not like close in high school, but I only needed 2 credits to graduate, and I had them in the beginning part of the day, and I used to sign myself out of class at 11 o'clock in the morning every day. I would sign myself out because I was done. I didn't have any more classes. So I needed 2 credits to graduate my senior year. And I actually was pregnant for the latter part of my senior year. I had my daughter my senior year of high school. So I didn't have to go to school. I mean, and then my teachers that needed for those 2 credits where I went to school did not offer, they didn't offer tutors or anything like that. It was like most kids just dropped out if they were pregnant. And my teachers, I was such a good student and they liked me. They would come to my house and tutor me for free for my senior year. And they would just pretty much hold the baby and give me oral exams. And so I still graduated like with all A's.
Kara Cooper wants to know, speaking of drinking, is there a drink or liquor that you can't ever have again?
Oh God, yes. Oh God, yes. Yes. Yes.
Mine is Goldschlager. And that's because I was a really good kid growing up. I didn't drink or do drugs in high school at all, other than a couple times. I didn't do drugs at all. And the couple of times I drank, it was literally like my senior year. And it was like 1 drink, like enough to get a little bit buzzed, and that's it. So I wasn't a drinker at all. And after high school, we went to Hawaii for a group of us. One of our friends' parents, they had a little bit more money, and they rented a house for like a whole month in Hawaii. And they invited us kids who graduated to come for a week. There was like a cabana and a pool in the back of this house. And somebody had gotten Goldschlager, and I drank way too much of it. And
So
I thought I was going to die and never again. And so then it was swimming on the beach, swimming in the ocean, getting stuck out in the big waves, and then vomiting on the beach.
Gosh. All right.
Not fun.
For me, Southern Comfort, camping trip at 16 when I lived in a group home. We all lied about where we were going. Camping trip for my 16th birthday. I drank a pint of Southern Comfort by myself
What is isn't Southern Comfort like
It's
whiskey or
awful.
what is it?
I don't know. I've never drinking it since. It's one of those things that is so disgusting. I can't even smell it to this day. 30 years later, and I will still.
I don't even know what Southern Comfort is. I think it's whiskey. It's like some sort of whiskey.
It's gross. It's gross.
It's just gross. That's all it is. All right, keep them coming, guys. We'll take more questions. Have you
That's
ever
right,
been-
Kelly. I'm from West Warwick.
West Warwick. All right, Teresa's got a good one. Have you ever been scammed?
On eBay or scammed in general?
Probably on eBay, I
No
guess.
qualifiers, just answer the question.
Okay, so no qualifiers. Yes, Dana's in the chat. Dana can attest to the fact that I got totally scammed by some sob story, single mom, abused woman, came knocking on my door probably 3 years ago looking for me to sign something and buy something and donate money. And I gave her $50 because I'm a bleeding heart and Dana tells me I'm too nice. And Dana was in the kitchen taking pictures and she's like, you are such a freaking sucker. You just like gave $50 to a total scammer at the door. And I was like, well, she probably needed it more than I do.
I can't think of a particular time. I mean, I've had people try to do scammy stuff, but I'm trying to think. Like, I've had people steal from me before, but as far as being scammed, I can't think of anything.
What did somebody steal from you?
I had a roommate. I lived with a guy back in the day when I lived in Portland, and I had a really big movie collection, like 3,000 titles, and I realized some of the stuff was missing, and I never would have thought that he would do that, and it was literally like
The most expensive ones, of course.
a couple $1,000s worth of my collection that was like gone. But it was really weird because I worked at this music shop. I worked at Warehouse Music, which they used to have one in here in the Phoenix area, a couple of them. But and that's how I knew him, was through people there, because he would come in all the time and chat us all up. And he basically took my stuff and sold it to one of the locations. So all I had to do was like go, and I found out every single one that he got, how much money they gave him for it. So I was able to get it all back by paying the same amount of money that he got. And then I basically called the cops on him and scared the shit out of him. So he paid me like $2,000 for all of it. And I was able to get almost everything back and have money left over to buy a giant TV. So guess who came out on top, bitches? Me. Thanks for the TV, bro.
In case he's watching now.
Yeah, exactly.
Scroll down a little bit so I can see more questions here.
Mhm. Yeah, they do it a lot.
Dana says that's why she's not allowed to answer the door anymore.
Yes,
It's true. It's
Stop
true.
it. I'm like, why does it take you so long to say no? That's why I ask her.
I'm too nice. It doesn't matter who comes to the door.
I don't like people coming to my door. My home is my sanctuary.
It's true, but most of the time these people are just trying to make a living, and this is what they do. And if it's not, so because of where we live in an area where it's a highly concentrated Mormon area. So we have a lot of
Mormons,
missionaries
huh?
that come to the door. I'm not going to be rude to a missionary. I'm sorry. I'm not. I will talk to
We'll
them
figure
for
out your
a few minutes.
scam, Holly.
I'm not going to be rude. So I'm nice to them. They're usually teenagers, first of all. I'm not going to be an ass to
You
a
can
teenager.
be nice and be like, no, thank you. Shut the door.
I don't do that. I'm sorry. That's rude. I will talk
Rude
to them
is
for a
knocking
few
on my
minutes,
door.
and then because they're looking to do acts of service, right? So
Then have them do
I
some
don't
work.
feel comfortable putting them to work in my house or my yard. But we have several people that are elderly on our street, and there are several people with a bunch of kids.
Holly,
I always-
should she be putting them to work?
No,
Why not?
no, I don't need somebody to do work for me. So I always send them to. I always say, why don't you go
That's
knock
the
on
whole
the door?
point, though. Let's ask Holly.
But I say, knock on the door across the street. That woman has like 3 kids. I bet she could use a hand. Or 3 doors down, that old man lives by himself. I bet he could use help with his lawn. Like, I'm always trying to give them somewhere nice to go. Like, I'm not trying not to be a jerk. That's all. You don't have to be a jerk.
Well, because it could be Holly's kids that are knocking on your door. So, Holly, would you rather we have them do some yard work?
If they want to, sure.
Well, isn't that what do they usually ask it? I don't know. I never talked to them. She answers the door.
Because I'm nice.
No, because your office is next to the front door.
So part of their mission is always to do acts of service. And so they will go and ask people if they can help you with something. And, whether it's bringing your groceries in or
So why are you making me take the
painting
garbage
a
out?
door. She's such a jerk. So I try to be nice because I don't need that.
Dana. I'd be waving at him and mouthing bye from the office window.
She's so rude. You're so rude. So I'm sorry. I can't. Thank you, Kara. Hashtag don't be a dick. I can't be a dick.
Listen, I'm not absolutely not a dick, but when I eat, first of all, not answer the door at all is my jam. And that's where having our doorbell video camera is awesome because I know
Now you can yell at them and say,
No,
no, thank you. Go
now
away.
I can ignore them and let them go away. Plus, we have a no soliciting sign up. But if I do open the door, I'm just like, no, thank you, and then I shut it. It doesn't have to be a conversation.
Yes, and Barbara says no, they
And
won't
that's-
ask for money and they won't take it. Exactly. Of
Yeah.
course they're not going to ask for money. That's not the point.
But honestly, I would say when people come to our door, 9 out of 10 times they are not.
Most of the time they're selling something.
They're selling something. It's not like.
I've never back in New England. They don't knock on your door to sell you everything. In where we live in Henderson, they are trying to sell you some solar thing or some solar
Always.
windows or landscaping, or they're trying to get you to sell your house. Or so there are probably 10 people a week that knock on the door at least. And then during election season,
It's better now that we have our sign up.
because I'm listed as an independent at our address. So that was part of it. But also because Nevada is a swing state, there is so much political door-to-door stuff.
Yeah.
Theresa, you're rude.
You're rude.
Oh, that's so funny.
But I do not think it's rude to say, I don't yell at them. I just say, no, thank you, or I'm not interested, and I shut the door. I think that's okay. I can make it short.
Whatever.
I'm totally used to that.
Yeah.
I think it's mean.
How does that mean?
You could be polite.
All right, then don't complain about answering the door. Anyway, I think that's very polite. All right, what other questions do we have other than Teresa's rude what's for dinner question?
Wait, I put one up there. I want you to answer.
Oh, which one?
I typed it in twice too. What's a compliment someone gave you that you still think about?
Do you remember?
So most of you guys know that I used to help run a nonprofit organization back east that helped the victims of the station nightclub fire. And 10-year anniversary of the station fire, I was at an event that was an event of remembrance. And one of the children of the victims of the fire that I had not seen in probably 8 or 9 years, who was now an adult, came up to me and told me that that I had made a difference to her family and in her life because we helped them when nobody else would. And she remembered me coming to their house on Christmas and dropping off Christmas presents the year that her dad died, and it mattered to her. So yes, that for me is one memory that really sticks with me.
That was a very good one and a very serious one. And
It was. I'm sorry.
And I cannot
That's right.
follow it up. So I
was a
will
good
give these are serious. These are real answers, but not serious answers, if that makes sense. Because I do still think about them because I think they're funny. So here's my two. And so when I was growing up and when I was younger, the majority of compliments I would always get were about my eyes because my eyes are very, very blue. And so
She
people
has
would say-
beautiful
so people
eyes.
say things about my eyes. I used to work at Safeway as a checker, and I remember there was this guy, and I was like, "Do you want paper or plastic?" And he was like, "I'm sorry, what?" And he said, "I'm sorry, I didn't hear what you asked because I got lost in your eyes." And so I thought that was funny.
So cheesy.
It was like the worst pickup line ever, and I'm like, "Whatever, dude." And then the other one was, I remember when I was really little.
Barking up the wrong tree, buddy.
When I was really little, some old lady said to my mom something along the lines of, "Oh, what beautiful blue eyes, such a waste on a little boy." And I was like, she thought I was a little boy.
You're such a dork.
Yeah. So basically, it was always there. That actually happened multiple times where, for some reason, old ladies like to A, mistaken me for a little boy, and B, talk about what a waste it is for me to have beautiful blue eyes and beautiful curly hair for a boy, because I have really curly hair when it gets a little bit longer. But I was totally down with both of those things because I didn't mind people thinking I was a little boy. I was cool with it.
You like the boy toys better. It was more fun.
Yeah, I was like, I'll be a boy. Yeah.
Scroll down so we can see if there's more.
Let's see. All right, guys. What other questions?
Liz, hashtag Vicky's gonna cry. Shut up, Liz. I was fighting it.
Brag about the best things going on in the past 30 days.
in the past 30 days. You're not even gonna brag to me about the best things going on in the past 30 days. Well,
we won a Supreme Court lawsuit in the last 30 days.
Yeah,
so, you know,
the
there's that.
The Nevada Supreme Court did agree with us and side with us on a minimum $90,000 case. Been going to be probably much more than that, so that feels pretty good. And it's been almost 2 years.
Not only being justified by winning the first time, but having the Supreme Court review it on appeal and unanimously uphold the decision with 0 dissent. That's a pretty good win. That's a pretty good thing that's happened.
It's definitely vindication after standing up to a bully 3 years ago now, because it was in 2018, and to go through all the bullshit and backlash and horrible, awful shit that came after it, and to finally be vindicated and feel like it was worth standing up to somebody who was trying to hurt us. So that feels pretty good. Why are you barking? Who's she barking at? That's one of the. Oh, she wants to get up there. That's why.
She wants to get up and she can't because she's too short.
She's too short and chubby.
She's too short and chubby.
The other ones got vaccinated.
Let's see, what else is there to talk about? So yeah, that's kind of our humble. Oh, what would you do if you won the lottery? I've talked about this many times. So we actually just talked about this again the other night. We would buy a really big RV and travel the country. And I would start a nonprofit organization and just do volunteer work and travel. That's what I would do.
If I won, I would not start a nonprofit. We're not starting a nonprofit organization. How about we travel around and we volunteer at different places?
Nonprofits are a lot.
It's a lot of work.
I know, I've run them.
But as have I.
I'm just saying, you don't have to be the hands-on person. We can still start a nonprofit and hire people.
No, you can start it and I'll volunteer sometimes.
I didn't say you had to do any of it. That's what I would do.
All right. If we won the lottery, I wouldn't let her start a nonprofit. But we would get an RV and we'd travel around the country and volunteer at every place that we went to. That'd be really fun.
Tracy just asked me, Tricky Vikki walks around South Street. That is, that's Skid Row. But I can't remember the song right now.
Yeah. But I love the work that I do. So I would still, honestly, to all the funny jokes aside, I have my degree in nonprofit management, and the work I did before I did this was Habitat for Humanity. I was executive director for one of their affiliates. And then, like I said earlier, I taught in prisons and created and ran college programs and education programs in prison on the West Coast and the East Coast. So so nonprofit stuff, volunteering, that stuff is super, super important to me.
She jokes about it, but I
don't want to start a nonprofit.
That's what drew us to each other in the first place was conversations about nonprofits and giving back. And if I, did not need money to live, and if I had means from something else, I would spend all of my time.
And honestly, us doing this show, a lot of us doing like our Sunday show, we don't really make money from. We get a very small amount of money from YouTube. It's literally like less than minimum wage for our time. And so to me, it fulfills a lot of the stuff, the part of me that wants to be doing something bigger than myself. And then we do the stuff with the burn community. So we fulfill a lot of those needs in that way. But there's always more things we could be doing. All right. Theresa says, if we have to go on a road trip from Maine to San Diego, you have to bring 3 people. Who are they? Oh, this is a tricky question. For me, I would definitely bring, I guess I'd bring you.
All right, fine. I'd bring you.
So
thanks.
My answer would be you. I'd bring my sister, because I've done, when I went to grad school in New York City. And when I graduated, I had my dad fly my sister out, and I rented a car and we drove from New York to Oregon. So I've already done a cross-country road trip with her, and it's really, really fun. She's super easy to travel with.
This is going to be a long answer if you're going to do this for every person. 3 people.
Her, because she's okay. I'm trying to shorten it up for you.
Okay.
And the third person, I don't know.
I would bring you, I suppose, my best friend, Jason. And Susie says, just say me. We wouldn't regret it. So apparently we'd be bringing Susie.
Okay.
Susie Biatch would be our third.
All right.
So it'd be the two of us, my best friend, your sister, who is your best friend.
How did it turn into 5 people?
Apparently, it's 5 now. 3 each.
All right, cool. All right, what's the worst job you've ever had? Worst job. I mean, I've worked lots of terrible jobs. I would say the one that was hardest for me was I worked for a little while selling life insurance.
And you hated that, yeah.
And it was a good company, and it was on commission. And I went through the whole process of getting certified. And it was definitely, I could see how I could make a lot of money doing it. But I realized I absolutely hated it because I just hated it. I hated trying to sell to people. I hated trying to sell something I didn't care about to people. And so I just about had a nervous breakdown and had to quit. It was awful. It was really, really bad.
Worst job I ever had was the one job I had in food service. I had a second job working at D'Angelo's, which Frankie and Kelly and the East Coast people will understand. It's a sandwich shop. It's a chain on the East Coast. I didn't hate it, but I did prep. So I used to have to be there at 5 a.m. For prep work. So I didn't like it. And there was a question there about Jamie. I have to say that a lot of LDS, like Barbara's saying right there, a lot of LDS members and Mormon friends, first of all, some of my closest friends are Mormon. I don't think that a lot of Mormons are super conservative in the way that they are anti-gay people or anti-anything. Some of my closest friends are Mormon. So I think people are people. I don't think religion defines how a person treats another person. So we not get into political conversation.
We have friends, Mormon friends, and they are the sweetest, nicest, most open, warm.
I have friends. People, so. I have friends and family in every walk of life and every type of religion. Some are very conservative, some are not. Some are in very conservative sects, and some are not. And people are people. Good people and bad people are found in every walk of life. And I don't think religion has anything to do with whether someone's a good person or not. So, yes, there are some conservative religions that, frown on Katy and I having a relationship, but they're not the people that I have in my life. So I don't really, and that's okay. And if that is your fundamental belief and that is your belief system that you feel that there is something wrong with our relationship, then I don't knock that. There's nothing wrong with you having your belief system. If you choose to be unkind to people because of your belief system, then that's on you. That has nothing to do with religion. And that's as deep as I'm going to get on that.
Worry about yourself and hashtag don't be a dick. Those are the only things you really need to follow in life. And yeah. Hey, Noelle, what? 2021. She says, what up, my friends? So happy to catch you live.
Hi,
Can't
Noelle.
tell you how much I miss y'all. She says, y'all. What's up, Noelle? Noelle's our friend up in Washington. We love her. Haven't seen her in forever. And she likes to come in and throw down super chats that are the same as the year that we are in.
She's trying to take, last year she was trying to take back 2020, and this year she's taken 2021. So
That's right. We're going to get a lot of tacos with that. But thank you, Noelle. We appreciate it.
Thanks,
Woo-hoo!
Noelle. So A Seller Hunt asked, where did you meet each other? So you must be a new viewer, and thanks for joining us. Katy and I met each other at eBay Open Conference in 2017. And we've been together since a few months after that. And Jamie, someday, if I ever have a nonprofit organization again, I will hire you.
Indeed. All right, guys. What other questions you got? Let's do this for a couple more minutes, and we're going to wrap up because I think Theresa wants to eat. But Susie Beach says, my sweet 89-year-old
Holly
stepmom
just laughed at that one.
thinks all lesbians are attracted to her. She thinks very highly of herself. Okay, well, Susie, I need to see a picture of your 89-year-old stepmom because I don't know. Maybe she's hot. Okay, so let me be the judge of that. Because maybe she's right. You don't know. Okay?
You don't know. Carol wants us to put out a "Don't Be a Dick" shirt. We really will. We will put one on. We have a few shirts on Amazon, which are our older Boss shirts. The reality is that we still have the links for them. We still have them for sale. They are listed below. We've sold a bunch of them. We literally sell them at cost. We don't even make any money. We're such poor marketing people. We don't even make any money on them. I buy the pins and give them away. Like we don't even.
We're not very good at it.
We're not very good at marketing ourselves as far as trying to make money off of anything. But yeah, I will try to create one and put it on an Amazon shirt. I think that they will approve it. I'm not entirely sure. And we'll try to put a link up. I want to do one like the pins that I bought.
Susie, does your stepmom make good pies? Because that could sway my feelings also.
Is she a good cook? Yeah.
Yes.
Is she a good
or
baker?
Good baker. So
Yeah.
it just depends, okay? And will she laugh at my jokes? There's a lot of reasons.
That's really all Katy cares about.
I want good food and I want you to laugh at my jokes. All right? Vikki, she laughs at my jokes, at least.
I do.
And she occasionally cooks good food.
I cook.
Okay,
When I don't like to cook. Well, I don't like to cook, but when I do,
I know. It's like you're holding out on me. She makes like an amazing was it shepherd's pie?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like once a year she'll make it. I'll be like, why won't you just make it for me all the time, man? All right.
Because all I know how to make is super fatty,
I don't see
comfort food.
I don't see the problem.
It tastes really good and is about 75 million calories. And my chubby butt does not need more of those calories.
Well, you don't need to eat it. You're making it for me.
Really?
All right, guys, we're gonna wrap it up, yeah, it's the only way she can reconcile same-sex relationships.
That's
is
fair
that
enough.
they're all attracted to her. I'm okay with that. Whatever works for
Whatever works.
So anyway, we're gonna wrap up, but we are gonna have a show on Sunday at a regular time, I believe.
Yes,
because I'm sure we're gonna shop all day tomorrow. You're gonna be sick of it,
mm-hmm.
and
we'll shop a little
bit Sunday morning, and then you'll be like done.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we'll do a show. We're probably not going to do like numbers or any of that stuff. We'll probably just do it as a straight haul show, just because
we'll probably
it's easier to set. It's just easier to set up and do it.
It's really hard for us with one computer screen to do the numbers and to do the solds.
And we're on vacation mode, man. We just want a vacation, bruh. All right.
Well,
okay.
And we'll have Holly come back. Hopefully she can come back Sunday and see what she finds over the weekend.
Yeah, she's gonna find some cool stuff.
And we'll have Theresa show some stuff.
Yeah.
Liz, I'm sorry.
I'm gonna go have some nutty buddies, and I'm gonna think about you, and I'm gonna laugh to myself, and then I'm gonna call attention to Vikki over here, and I'm gonna be like, "Hey, Vikki, look what I'm eating," and I'm gonna laugh to her. And
I don't like nutty buddies.
No, but she's gonna watch me
you don't
eat
need to
it,
be
and
jealous.
she's gonna be like, "Oh, you got Liz good." Maybe I'll get some pictures and send them to you. I don't know.
But you are missed, Liz. You're missed because the last really, really good fun weekend that we had here, Liz was here too, and Jenny, and we just laughed a lot.
Yeah.
A lot with Holly and Theresa.
It's
So
true.
it needs to happen again.
All right.
Barbara, you would have so much fun with us too.
Theresa, you have any final words?
7 years ago.
Okay,
Our
Abraham.
forefathers brought forth upon this continent a new nation, conceived in liberty and dedicated to the proposition that all men are created equal. Now they are engaged in a great civil war, testing whether that nation or any nation can long endure. We are met on a great battlefield of that war. Things that you memorize in 5th grade and never forget.
I have one of those too. Mine is the prepositions in alphabetical order. I still remember those.
At least that was useful.
Every preposition in alphabetical order. Still no. 3rd grade, Sister Diane.
He, she, it.
All right, we're going.
That's not a preposition.
All right. Adios.
Bye.
We'll see you on Sunday. Bye.